is going on. Romance books have for years been a foundational pillar of the publishing industry, and the spotlight on them is brighter. On Google, the number of searches for romance novels is the highest in at least 15 years. At the top of that list is curiosity about a TikTok viral and novel by Mercedes Ron, whose Amazon Prime movie adaptation for the novel debuted on June 8th. It's far from the only book to find fame on the social media platform, which is presently the leading driver for books, according to NPD Group. Clips using the title hashtag have amassed more than 149.7 billion views, and titles by authors who are platform favorites, such as Colleen Hoover, Hannah Grace, and Tessa Bailey, regularly go viral and land on bestseller lists. The appetite for happily ever afters, or at least happily for now, is only growing. Unit sales for romance novels grew 52.4% from 2021 to 2022, more than any other print genre. For comparison, adult nonfiction unit sales declined 10.3%. And then Hoover, who publishes through the Simon & Schuster imprint Atria, sold more than 8 million copies of her romance novels last year. And that doesn't include some 4 million books in other genres. Books by authors Emily Henry, Carly Fortune, and Anna Wong are also leaving marks on readers' hearts. Hollywood adaptations for some of Hoover and Henry's books, as well as those from such other genre powerhouses as Jasmine Guillory, are in the works. Bingeable, engrossing, and steamy romance books are great to pack in a beach bag or curl up with during a summer storm. Here are 11 new and noteworthy picks from the genre's authors, industry shakers, and yes, lovers. An island princess starts a scandal bee, Adriana Herrera. It's summer in Paris, and Manuela del Carmen Caceres Galvin receives an invitation to show her paintings at the Exposition Universelle. She's engaged to marry a wealthy man that has always dreamed of being with a woman, so she's decided to give herself one last summer of freedom in Paris. She doesn't expect to meet Cara Kent in Bristol, a duchess who turns her entire world upside down. I love this one so much, not only because it's a story that centers the love and tension between two lesbian Latinas, but because it imagines us in Paris in the 1800s, where history books fail to show us. A captivating historical romance with tantalizing steamy scenes makes for the perfect beach read. By Catherine Center. Take one famous actor in need of a discreet female bodyguard, add in the fake dating trope with well-written female empowerment, and you have by Catherine Center. This is the perfect sunshine book that you'll feel comfortable sharing with anyone in your group, from your aunt to your mother. And once you read it, trust me, you'll want to share. Equal parts sweet romance, action, and humor. Has it all and balances everything perfectly, which is so difficult to do. Also, can I just mention the characters made for each other? Jack and Hannah have multiple laugh-out-loud moments that kept me turning pages and rooting for the characters to make it work. I had a smile on my face the entire time, which made it the perfect light, beachy red when I was looking for an escape. Witch of Wild Things by Raquel Vasquez Gilliland. On September 12th, readers looking for a little magic with their romance will love Raquel Vasquez Gilliland's adult debut. It's got deep family roots, thorn-sharp characters, and a sweet bloom of first and refound love. As a forever lover of magical elements, I adored this unique, engrossing story by Jennifer Dugan. And here's the thing about a new Jennifer Dugan book. I'm going to buy it. Readers meet Lizzie, an absolute disaster of a person who works at a gym, where she's meeting a shock. And that's so high-ing, right? It's a shocking Lizzie's. We imagine, because of the rest of a core and what's imagine, what's the text, the world. A friend pleads with her to attend his sister's wedding as his +1.
things get messy fast. She accidentally ruins it all, inspiring his sister Kara, the groom at the altar. And if things couldn't get more complicated, her best friend and his oh no, she's gorgeous sister, their parents own the gym where she works, finding herself in the precarious position of helping Kara figure things out. The two of them grow close. Too close. And with her career and heart on the line, Lizzie has to figure out what she really wants and confront her own family trauma that's been holding her back. It's a swoony, utterly moving, wildly delightful book that made laugh and cry.
By Cynthia Williams. A barn burner of a Georgia genre-bending novel that is part romance, part women's fiction. Williams introduces Imani Camp, a fashionable diva, a big city obstetrician who had fled her small town of Peachtree Cove, Georgia, with no genuine intent to return because of past trauma. Imani's mother, Linda, a survivor of a shooting and a messy, gossipy triangle with her ex-husband and his mistress, has become engaged to Preston, a man she has just met. To protect her mother, Imani returns to Peachtree Cove, determined to stop in the wedding at all costs. After all Linda has gone through, how can she be ready for love again? How can she help Imani see that some risks would need it to worth taking? Linda's own doubts intertwine with her daughter's, adding to the tension Williams deftly crafts on each page, and the love interest for both women. Peachtree Cove resident Preston and his bartending son Cyril add humor and depth and healing. It's a late summer read, but well worth the wait for a reverse coming-of-age, small-town dash to the altar. By Elsie Silver, the fourth novel in Silver's Chestnut Spring series, lives up to the fairy tale romance I've come to expect from her. In the midst of leaving her toxic marriage, Winter Hamilton finds herself in the small town of Chestnut Springs to reconnect with her estranged sister. At a mutual family dinner, she meets Theo Silva, notorious ladies' man and hotshot bull rider. After the tension between them, sexual and otherwise, rises, they share one night together. By the time Winter learns of her pregnancy, of which there is only one possible father, Theo is back on the rodeo circuit. Through a turn of events, Winter spends the first several months of their baby's life a single mother with Theo, none the wiser. Sparks fly, and lives change when Winter and Theo reunite. Who doesn't want a cocky bull rider who only has eyes for one girl? This cowboy romance is centered around the secret baby trope. I am certainly in the minority, and I love a pregnancy-centric trope. I thoroughly enjoyed not only falling in love with Winter and Theo, but falling for the little family they grow together. Readers can expect miscommunication, angst, small-town antics, and delicious twists and turns that make the road to happily ever after, ooh, so good. By Ashley Hayne Blake, like its title character, is surprisingly soft, with quite a bit of sizzle. The setting combines a small town with a popular renovation show on HGTV, pitting an uptight interior designer focused on modern style against the lead carpenter trying to preserve the history of her family's inn. Astrid Parker is a perfectionist who would never admit to feeling adrift, while Jordan Everwood's life has fallen apart. They are the type of delightfully messy characters I've come to expect from Ashley Herring Blake, whose adult romance debut was The Delicious and Rightfully Well Left. The follow-up is even better. By Christina Lauren. Christina and Lauren are all-stars of the romance genre, and this juicy new novel is one of their best new releases to date. Fizzy Chen, a popular romance author who finds herself unable to write endings after her last relationship ended in infidelity, is tapped to star in a new reality dating show. The twist?
She's being fixed up with men who fit the essential book boyfriend tropes. The bad boy, the golden retriever, the vampire, etc. Fizzy is a master of happily ever afters, but when she falls for those single dad producer, she winds up in an ending she never saw coming. This book is truly a love letter to the romance readership. Christine and Lon treat the audience with such care, thoroughly defending the genre. And all those who dismiss it as trivial or speak with condescension toward its connoisseurs. The author also cleverly put a spin on the serial dater who can't fall in love. Fizzy falls in love with everyone and everything multiple times a day. But what this brutalism and what this family members gets rid of, what to anyone who puts that side, most of us, a shame. If you enjoyed these pieces, all these people,
by Christina Forrest. Is there any better catnip for romance book lovers than a story about a writer and editor striking up a romance? In the case of Sweet and Shy, bookworm Lily has a crush on her charming and hot neighbor, Nick, not knowing that he's the mysterious author of her favorite fantasy novel, an author she fell for via confessional and intimate emails. Their romance unfolds genuinely and tenderly with plenty of sizzling tension. As with all good romance novels, there is an endearing and hilarious supporting cast. For Lily and Stevens, hold it their love stories. A extended family get all together. Film an impressive example of black excellence. Lily, struggling at career, she feels like she's always in the shadow of their outsized personalities. Meek helps her find her confidence, creating her for the one needs. Like reckoning with his own dangers pretty. Wow, everlasting power of love. Call me fact. That's all I really want in the end. By Alicia Thompson, within a few chapters of by Alicia Thompson, out August 1st. I was deeply in love with straight-laced Lauren, prankster Asa, and the entire quirky theme park world around them. She's a former foster kid. He was rejected by his religious family for being bisexual, and seeing the ways they coped with their secrets and baggage while learning to connect to each other. Had tears streaming down my face. And yet there's also seriously hot chemistry, steamy scenes, fantastic banter, and the best part of any queer book, found family, somehow all flowing together seamlessly. Definitely a great summer reading choice. By Mia Monique. Defense attorney Joyce Parker isn't exactly living her best life, but she didn't expect that life to be cut short by her own client. After she is transported instantly to the afterlife, Joyce pictures an eternity filled with gorgeous views and unlimited fruity cocktails. Too bad her lack of good deeds in the living world now have her strapped to a sexy Grim Reaper in need of her legal expertise. Something foul is afoot in the great beyond, and somehow Reaper aiding Kim is caught up in the thick of it. You can't stand Joyce, but you can't deny how good she is at her job and how badly he needs and secretly wants her. Constantly in the afterlife, you see are forever. This hilarious romance with Inside and Mia Monique weaves a quick-paced, enemies to lovers, magical courtroom dramedy filled with twists and sexy triumphs. Joyce and Aiden burn up the metaphysical sheets as they work together to track down the evil entities trying to ruin eternity for the rest of us. And